a clean.
Kadang-kadang kita kena, macam YB Kula cerita, I still remember I used to have few of my students who were working as container drivers. They earn more than myself when I was a lecturer. No, as a senior lecturer, I earn less than 10,000 ringgit. Okay, to be honest, I used to earn 8,000 ringgit. But my students, container truck driver, I mean, he earned nearly 30,000 ringgit per month. That's part of TVET job. Welder, undersea welder. I mean, one of my students only gone through how many months of training, and he earns more than 16,000 ringgit per month. Tapi benda-benda ini tidak dibicarakan, tidak dihebahkan. Dari segi kita punya perfilman pun, kita mungkin perlukan mereka untuk pamerkan hero-hero seperti ini. And our education system, this is what we are trying to do, trying to appreciate talents, trying to appreciate our different skills that we have, that we possess. And the last one is big data. This is what we are doing now in the Ministry of Education. Tadi kita buat bagaimana orang tak nak pilih. Parents tak nak pilih certain TVET courses for their children. They said, oh, it's not lucrative enough. It's not glamorous enough. Let's go to law school. Let's go to medical school. Let's go to pharmacy school. I mean, all these conventional and traditional courses. But with big data, we can change that. We can guide our people. This is what I mentioned a couple of months ago. From now on, beginning from next year, for all SPM candidates, when they are taking their results, they are no longer taking that SPM slip anymore. Dia tak akan dapat SPM slip and looking at how much A's they obtain. No, it's going to be beyond that by using big data. We need the help of industry. We need the help of IT players. We need the help of everybody. So what will they have with them? They log in to the computer to look at the SPM result. Not only they find their result there, they will also be guided what type of courses that suits them well. We are going to use AI. And how AI is going to work, it's not only that
Earn less than 10,000 ringgit. Okay, to be honest, I used by using big data. We need the help of industry. We need the help of IT players. We need the help of everybody. So what will they have with them? They log in to the computer to look at the SPM result. Not only they find their result there, they will also be guided what type of courses that suits them well. We are going to use AI. And how AI is going to work, it's not only that less than 10,000 ringgit. Okay, to be honest, I used by using big data. We need the help of industry. We need the help of IT players. We need the help of everybody. So what will they have with them? They log in to the computer to look at the SPM result. Not only they find their result there, they will also be guided what type of courses that suits them well. We are going to use AI. And how AI is going to work, it's not only that less than 10,000 ringgit. Okay, to be honest, I used by using big data. We need the help of industry. We need the help of IT players. We need the help of everybody. So what will they have with them? They log in to the computer to look at the SPM result. Not only they find their result, they will also be guided what type of courses that suits them well. We are going to use AI. And how AI is going to work, it's not only that less than 10,000 ringgit. Okay, to be honest, I used by using big data. We need the help of industry. We need the help of IT players. We need the help of everybody. So what will they have with them? They log in to the computer to look at the SPM result. Not only they find their result, they will also be guided courses that suits them well. We're going to use AI. And how AI is going to work, it's not only that less than 10,000 ringgit. Okay, to be honest, I use that with all by using big data. We need the help of industry. We need the help of industry, IT players. We need the help of everybody. So what will they have with them? They log in to the computer to look at the SPM result. Not only they find their result, they will also be guided what type of courses that suits them well. We're going to use AI. And how AI is going to work, it's not only that less than 10,000 ringgit. Okay, to be honest, I use that with all by using big data. We need the help of industry. We need the help of industry, IT players. We need the help of everybody. So what will they have with them? They log in to the computer to look at the SPM result. Not only they find their result, they will also be guided what type of courses that suits them well. We're going to use AI. And how AI is going to work, it's not only that less than 10,000 ringgit. Okay, to be honest, I use that with all by using big data. We need the help of industry. We need the help of industry, IT players. We need the help of everybody. So what will they have with them? They log in to the computer to look at the SPM result. Not only they find their result, they will also be guided what type of courses that suits them well. We're going to use AI. And how AI is going to work, it's not only that less than 10,000 ringgit. Okay, to be honest, I use that with all by using big data. We need the help of industry. We need the help of industry, IT players. We need the help of everybody. So what will they have with them? They log in to the computer to look at the SPM result. Not only they find their result, they will also be guided what type of courses that suits them well. We're going to use AI. And how AI is going to work, it's not only that less than 10,000 ringgit. Okay, to be honest, I use that with all by using big data. We need the help of industry. We need the help of industry, IT players. We need the help of everybody. So what will they have with them? They log in to the computer to look at the SPM result. Not only they find their result, they will also be guided what type of courses that suits them well. We're going to use AI. And how AI is going to work, it's not only that less than 10,000 ringgit. Okay, to be honest, I use that with all by using big data. We need the help of industry. We need the help of industry, IT players. We need the help of everybody. So what will they have with them? They log in to the computer to look at the SPM result. Not only they find their result, they will also be guided what type of courses that suits them well.
Dengan orang-orang apa ni kelainan upaya ataupun kurang upaya, yang mana semua universiti wajib melaksanakannya, termasuklah kepada universiti teknikal. Begitu juga untuk pihak politeknik dan juga college community, we're going to develop a similar one. But the other day, after discussing with you, I think the most important thing is to develop certain TVET skills or certain TVET courses for people with disabilities. Because we know that people with disabilities, they have certain disabilities in certain field, but they have extra or maybe multi-abilities in other skills. I have a friend of mine, dekat situ ada kita, a friend of mine who is conducting an NGO, Jiwa, from Johor Bahru, which they have one of their staff who's mute and deaf, but she's an artist. She can be the next Picasso if been given opportunity. And we have a lot of talent. The blinds who can be a good, DJ, for example, and a lot of other things. You are, for example, despite your wheelchair, but you can be a good news presenter. Jadi dekat sini di pihak politeknik dan pihak college community kita akan menghasilkan beberapa kursus-kursus untuk orang kelainan upaya. Kita akui bahawa kita terdapat banyak kekangan, but we must start somewhere. And we are going to develop few skill trainings, few courses solely for people with different abilities. Good news for you, Kak Diva, and your friends. Thank you very much.
I mean, thus far, what I can also say is that the communication of all these messages needs to be loud. I think it is clear, it is concise, there is direction, but perhaps you can also use the Ministry of Information and all the other assets and channels of the media to get these messages out there. Because people, I do believe that the Rakyat still don't know much about all of these things that we're discussing on stage. So on that note, let's open up to one more question from the floor. Yes, the gentleman at the back, fastest hand on my right. Please, sir, approach the microphone, it's right there. Please do tell us your name, sir. And
I'm Ong Chitat from SME Association of Malaysia. Now, sometimes we look at our TVET, we have heard of TVET for many years. The direct question is like this. Now, to start TVET at the age of after 4-5, to me is a little bit too late. In a lot of other countries, they started even in a secondary school. What is the minister, we call it Ministry of Education, going to do to start TVET from secondary school, not after secondary school? You find that after secondary school, the one who failed will go for TVET. The one who passed will go to the university. By the time they graduated from university, they will say that I am a graduate of university, this type of work, I am not going to perform. So attitude and the training should start in the secondary schools. Now, please answer this question. Do we have an ecosystem for the Ministry of Education and MOHR as well the industry to take up this? For example, I give you an example in Germany. All right, in Germany, they don't start in secondary school. After Form 5 or Year 6, they started from Year 3 in the secondary school. Whereas in South Africa, the industry take out trainees not after 10
okay,
years.
sir,
or 11 years.
you've made your point.
Right.
Let's get the response from the ministers. Yang Muhammad Mazli, perhaps you would like to start?
I will
Okay,
take it. I will
yes,
take
you.
it. Well, we have actually ventured in many models of having TVET even during the school system. During my time, we have industrial art. I learned about how the machines work. Then our education system evolved. Evolved to the extent that today we have what we call vocational college. It was Sekolah Teknik dulu. Kita rebrand jadi vocational college. And we still have that vocational college until today. We have more than 80. Now, perhaps having TVET in school is the answer, but it's not answering all the answers. Because despite we have vocational college, the relevancy of the courses in terms of market need is remain a question. So hence, moving forward, even with our vocational college, we have to have more and more participation from industry. Not only participation, but ownership of the program. That's the way to go. Otherwise, go back to the square one where we produce talents that not needed by industry. Always, industry keeps saying that. So, yes, we hear you. TVET is very important. We want to make it more meaningful even at the level of secondary school. But that must be with industry participation. Otherwise, it's a no-go model. So that's all I could say for now. Maybe the minister want to add, I'm not too sure. But TVET is really something, a big agenda in the ministry with the leadership of YB Mazli. That's why we have this cabinet committee on TVET to bring everybody together to also help us in producing better talents for the industry.
Are you saying, Mr. Secretary General, that the industry players need to look even earlier into high school, perhaps, to help churn better talents and not just school leavers?
In fact, that vocational college meant for those in the school system. They are at the level of Form 4, Form 5.
So industry players
It's
should
already-
come in to
Yeah, we want
vocational
industry
colleges.
players to come in. Even we are sending also our students to the industry, but with some limited success because we need to have more and more participation of industry. But the irony is that when we send our students to industry, industry is asking us to pay. So asking government to pay to get our students to be in their industry because they are saying that we don't need your students. This is some sort of something extra. But in other countries like German, there's never question about that. In fact, they are asking government to send our students to the industry. So paradigm shift has to happen in many fronts actually. Government side, of course, we need to change. Yeah, but industry definitely need to be with us in producing talent. And we have a lot more room to fill up actually in the context of industry participation.
Alright,
Though
good.
I'm sitting next to industry, that's why we bring him here.
Tan Sri,
I
maybe
just
you
want
can-
to add
Yeah.
one point so that recently MOE, together with MIDA and FMM, we have one called apprenticeship program. Those programs we take in is after Form 3-1. So these are the programs we are also nurturing. So if the private sectors are able to cooperate closely with, let's say, praise and train, 70% praise at the factories and 30% at the courses, then the things will totally change. Thank you.
Thank you, Tan Sri. Soalan-soalan seterusnya, kita boleh terus saja kepada soalan seterusnya. While you're approaching the mic, Mr. Minister, would you like to add something
Okay.
real quickly?
I would like to add some more to the questions given by Dato' KSU and also by Tan Sri. I mean, the good news for everybody that I think a couple of months back, a couple of months ago, we have announced that the result of the report of Jawatankuasa Kajian Dasar Pendidikan Negara, which a committee that been commissioned by Yang Amat Berhormat Perdana Menteri himself to do a revision on our system of education. They have sent the report, they have submitted the report, and they have presented the report to the Prime Minister himself, and now in the process of labs. So labs being conducted on how it could be implemented by next year, or maybe after 2 years. One good thing about this new curriculum that we're going to have, a new education that we're going to have a totally new things than what we are seeing nowadays. If we are talking about exposing children to TVET skills at Form 4, actually according to the Prime Minister, they should be introduced to skills since the preschool days. And even at the primary schools, they should be exposed to certain skills that are needed in the IR 4.0 era. So this is where all these, robotics, codings, AI, and a lot of other skills will be introduced to our schools. This is part of the report. This part we are going to do. And also talking about exposure to the workplace at the early age. Beginning from next year, we're going to make a new approach to Form 4 and Form 5 students. They will be allowed to spend few hours in a week at workplace. And they will acquire microcredits for the time they spend at workplace. It should be, and the credits will be accumulated and they will be certified. So with that, our students will be exposed to the workplace, to the skills. But again, we need cooperation from the industry to allow that to happen. And eventually, I think the result will go positively to the industry itself. Thank you.
We have time for 3 more questions, so we'll start with the gentleman at the microphone right now. Please, sir.
Thank you. Good afternoon, Yang Berhormat Minister. A general question. We understand that the Malaysian government is adopting a German TVET program. what about the Japanese, the Korean, or even from China? Since this TVET is part of the moving forward towards 4.0 IR, would be much advantage to adopt or even do a sharing TVET instead of monopolized by one country? Thank you.
Would you like to answer and respond to that?
Well, yes, those countries mentioned, they are really good in Tibet. What is common within those countries, they are also following German. Somehow, you know, it's by getting industry to also participate in providing talent. So if we are following German model, it's not far too wrong. Definitely, it's not far too different than what they are being delivering. Even during the Obama's time in the US, I don't know whether my reading was correct or not, almost regret that US did not pay attention to Tibet. So they want to reintroduce, rejuvenate by following German's model. So if the big country like US see reason to follow German, and other countries also, including China, they are following German's model, but of course with some adjustment. So we take whatever best from all the countries, but Germany is certainly the model perhaps to follow.
I think
But
Germany is the
Minister-
base model, and I do believe there's add-ons
Yeah,
from other
just to
countries.
add a request saying that about China. I was in China last week. I got the government's approval to sign a MOU with China, with one of the very famous institute in Nanning, where they are not only going to collaborate with us, but they're even offering scholarships for our children to study there. So we are also moving to other places than Germany and elsewhere.
All right, I'll let all three of you who are standing to be the final questions. I will start with this gentleman here because he first put his hand up and asked me for permission to approach the mic. Yes, but we're going to be equal. All things being equal, he was first to the mic. So can we let the gentleman ask his question first?
Thank you. My name is Riaz, Muhammad Riaz Hashim. Basically, the question that I have is the Education Minister mentioned about certification. I think we have already discussed prior to this. I'm just making it open over here. The thing is, on the certification, we are talking about TVET for studies in local Malaysian schools and academic excellence centers. What about TVET for students, our students, extending their TVET overseas in other institutions outside of Malaysia? The question with certification is that how would you certify them, those colleges or those schools that will be certified enough so that they can come back to Malaysia to work? My question obviously related to MQA. How do you going to allow MQA to certify these schools that are outside, as well as technical and vocational schools inside of Malaysia? Thank you.
Thank you. We'll take note of that. Let's jump into the question from the gentleman at the back, and then we'll let the lady pose the final question. Yes, please.
Hi, good afternoon. I'm Anthony. I'm the CEO of Malaysian Institute of Technology. This question is to YB Dr. Mazli, Dr. Mazli. Currently, we are having this predicament as a private institution. I believe some of my colleagues here are also private institutions. We were appointed one of the first private vocational college in Malaysia back in 2012. We're one of the first. Back after 7 years, the program has ended. We heard from the ministry there's no more funding. We have invested millions and millions of dollars, including upgrading our equipment, our facilities to be state-of-the-art Industry 4.0 ready. We became even one of the first partners, License Training Center of Industry 4.0, that we brought in back in 2014. We've been promoting 4.0 since then. And even with Society 5.0 now in Japan that we're promoting. So we have, after such time, private providers like us, we are facing this kind of issues and predicament. There's no longer funding available. We have invested a lot of money. Not only that, fortunately, in the last couple of years, we've actually set up our MIT STEM International School. I mean, just this year we started, we applied 2 years ago. So we're actually moving towards there because we know that we cannot rely on the government so much on funding. So that's why we're looking for our own type of funding. And of course, we're going also MOOC, Massive Open Online, to move into all the technologies available. But what I'm trying to say is what is the predicament that you're looking for private providers like us? I believe there's quite a number of private providers here as well. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Anthony. And the final question, please.
Hello, I'm Cindy from Women in Business Committee, FMM. I have been working on education for more than 10 years. And previously, we have career profiling too. I hear the minister mentioned about using AI, big data, but we have actually provided for Ministry of Education the same profiling tool that was available 10 years ago. And we actually brought it in, and some of the Ministry of Higher Education officials have used it, and they like it very much, but nothing came out of it. So I want to know, is such profiling tool, Mr. Minister, already ready, or do we have a chance to re-show you what we had? Right, that's number one.
That's a pitch, by the way, not a question.
Yes, it's a pitch because we did show that system, so the system is ready, and we actually profile it against the job career of HR, our human resource department. But that probably is outdated now.
Did you have a question in there somewhere?
My question is to the minister, is the tool that you mentioned available already for TVET, or do we still have a chance to work with you on this?
Okay, so still a pitch. All right.
Yeah,
so let's start with the gentleman's question on the international accreditation. How do you actually allow students who've gone abroad to get their TVET qualification then be certified? So let's start with that one.
There's something to do with MBOT. For the first class, maybe I will answer that.
Okay.
On the recognition part of the certificates produced by other countries, normally if you ask whether government is recognizing that, it will work based on mutual recognition. If the country has a kind of MOU and understanding with us, then we can recognize them. That's pretty obvious. And within ASEAN community, we are working towards that, having mutual accreditation. So meaning if you get the TVET certificate from one of the ASEAN countries, happen to be recognized by their authority, then we will also recognize. But that's in the making still. That's in the making. But some international certification, they don't need government recognition because they are already there. Like City and Guild, for example, recognized by many parts of the world. Though as government, we don't really, take City and Guild as, pre-qualification for them to enter university, no. But as far as industry is concerned, they are accepting City and Guild. The German's model is not about getting governments to endorse. It's about getting industry to endorse. It's the other way around. So why we are worrying about whether government is endorsing or not those certificates? Most importantly, whether our industry is recognizing or not. No matter whether those certificates coming from anywhere, but as long as it being recognized by our local industry, then it is accepted. But to get recognition from government, it has to be different mode. We have to have some sort of understanding, mutual recognition, and so on. That's for the recognition part, for the first question.
Second question was on private providers of TVET and how they've already invested in their own infrastructure. Will there be any more support from the government for these private institutions?
As many would know, that we have this PTPK, which is under my ministry. We give funding, in the sense we give funds to students who are pursuing their studies. It is still open, it's not closed. In fact, we have necessary allocation from the Ministry of Finance, but it must be necessarily accredited courses, must be recognized and that kind of things. And if you have any problems with that nature, which the courses are relevant courses, you can come and speak to our department. Thanks. Yeah, the other one, he reminded me, Human Resource Development Fund. That is another aspect which I think is very important and very necessary in this country, where we are now encouraging them that, as I said earlier, that TVETs under my ministry is open from 5:30 to 11 o'clock in the night. where there will be people who want to skill, upskill, and reskill. If they are working in companies and their companies are contributing to HRDF, we ask HRDF to write off those monies involved necessary for you to continue the studies there. Alternatively, in the event your companies are not contributing, we have now in the final stage of talking to the Ministry of Finance to get necessary grants so that we can also assist these workers who require financial assistance to continue to be trained, skill, reskill or upskill in those process. Thank you.
And the final question was basically a pitch.
Pitch.
Yes.
Thank you very much. By the way, at MOE, we already set up our own big data committee, who's looking extensively and comprehensively on all this big data effort, not only on TVET, but also on a lot of other aspects of education. But anyway, we are open for suggestions, for collaborations, and new ideas. In particular, okay, Datuk, as you said, in particular, if it is FOC, we welcome everybody. But anyway, talking about big data, we also need some data sharing from the industry itself. I mean, if you could share with us some data, we can also share with you ours, because at the end of the day, when we talk about placement, about co-ownership of certain courses, about co-ownership of certain trainings, we need to share data. In the age that we are living now, data is very important, and we cannot work in silo anymore. So we always welcome any data sharing with the industry as long it is abiding the Data Protection Act. And for example, we are working closely with MDEC in developing our big data system. Thank you very much.
We do have some more time, so I'm going to give each of our panelists 1 minute to just quickly summarize their points, their key takeaways that they would like the industry to buy into. And as we move forward, of course, we're looking at October 11, the budget is going to be out. So with all these factors in mind, we'll start with maybe Tan Sri. Tan Sri, your final minute. Yang berbahagia Tan Sri, your final minute.
I just have one wish. The wish is by 2030, TVET for skilled workforce. It means that by then, at least 50% of the workforce come from TVET. This is our wish. We hope the industry is able to cooperate well. Thank you.
The Secretary General of the Ministry of Education.
I hope by then, all our TVETs are owned by private sector, produced for industry.
Wow. We'll let the Minister of Human Resources give his 1 minute.
Yeah, for me, I think the new government has done a very wonderful job. For the first time in 60 odd years, in public domain, the issue and interest of TVET has now come into being. It's never been given such prominence. Just a week ago, the Prime Minister said when the charity, prosperity for all in this country, he mentioned specifically on TVET. And I urge the employers, please be kind to those who are trained. Don't give them the Bangladeshi salary. Thank you.
Minister of Education, your final words, sir.
We have created history last year on May the 9th. And we are going to continue creating the future history of our own country. Let's do it together as one team and one family. Thank you very much.
Please join me in thanking our panelists, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you all for your questions. A big round of applause to our panel. We have a photograph with the panel to kind of wrap things up as we move on to the next part of our event. Photographers, maybe you want to come to the center. Dengan itu majlis mengucapkan ribuan terima kasih kepada Yang Berhormat Dr. Mazli bin Malik, Yang Berhormat Tuan M. Kulasegaran, Yang Berbahagia Datuk Dr. Muhammad Ghazali bin Abbas dan Yang Berbahagia Tan Sri Datuk Sotian Lai kerana sudi bersama-sama dalam panel dan dipersilakan kembali ke tempat duduk untuk meneruskan atur cara majlis. Sekali lagi diucapkan ribuan terima kasih kepada ahli-ahli panel yang sudi menjayakan sesi dialog sebentar tadi. Majlis diteruskan dengan agenda berikutnya. Dengan segala hormatnya dipersilakan Yang Berbahagia Tan Sri Datuk Sotian Lai, Pengerusi Jawatankuasa Kabinet Pemekasan TVET Technical bagi menyampaikan ucapan beliau. Dipersilakan.
Selamat petang, ladies and gentlemen. I will cut short my speech because just now the Q&A, most of the contents being answered. A very good afternoon, YB Dr. Masri bin Malik, Minister of Education and Chairman of the TVET Empowerment Cabinet Committee. YB Tuan M. Kula Segaran, Minister of Human Resources. Yang bahagia Dr. Muhammad Ghazali bin Abbas, Secretary General, Ministry of Education and also Head of Secretariat of the TVET Empowerment Cabinet Committee. Dr. Naim, Director General, Jabatan Pendidikan Politeknik and College Community, also Urus Setia, Head of the Technical Committee. Ladies and gentlemen, we see a changing need in human capital development arising from emergence of the global megatrends such as disruptive technologies which significantly change the structure of future jobs, skills requirements and demand on the education systems. It is therefore crucial for the readiness of our TVET ecosystem to meet all the challenges. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the 11 Malaysia Plan has set a target of 60% of jobs created during the period require technical and vocational skills. And also 35% of the new recruitments need TVET students, especially with the TVET enrollments. Recently, we only have below 200,000 TVET students currently. Now, in order to achieve by 2020, 225,000 of TVET students, it is still far behind. So a lot of things we need to further improve. Now, TVET currently is undertaken by so many ministries. There are about 10 ministries involved, not include state governments. And with so multi-publicity of certification, standards, and curriculum, and lacking areas of specializations. Therefore, TVET providers currently, it seems like work in silos and seldom take into account the programs offering, resulting in overlapping courses and creating confusions for students, parents, and employers alike. So that's why we need these TVET empowerment committees to transform and streamline. Recognizing these challenges and the urgent need to institute changes within the TVET ecosystem, the government established the TVET Empowerment Cabinet Committee. And this is the one that will transform our TVETs for the longer terms. Since the establishment of the TVET Empowerment Committee and Technical Committee in 2018, we had carried out 6 town halls, 5 workshops, 7 engagement sessions, and 24 meetings. Now, during the town hall sessions, always come out the top, the feedback is lower salary, perceptions, and all these things is come from our direct meeting with the participants. So in supporting the functions of the technical committee, we had set 5 tonga or 5 clusters were established under the technical committee. That is number 1, governance, number 2, quality, industry, funding, and each headed by a chairman and a co-chairman. And already come out 20 strategies, 15 recommendations, and 42 KPIs. And all these are things need to be carried out within the time frame that assigned by the cabinet committee meetings. But ladies and gentlemen, my assignment is only 1 year, up to next year, May. I hope that the FMM will try our best within this period of time to carry out whatever assignments that given by the cabinet committee headed by Dr. Masri and supported by 8 ministries, especially the Ministry of Human Resource, YB Kulang. Ladies and gentlemen, in moving the TVET agenda forward, the technical committee formulated the vision and the mission. Ladies and gentlemen, whatever things we do, we must have our vision. So the TVET Empowerment Committee has this vision, means TVET for Skilled Workforce 2030. Now, a lot of people ask, why we choose 2030? Now, 2030 is the deadline for shared prosperity. So we hope by 2030, the TVET is the one, the pillar for the Malaysia's economic growth. And our mission is empowering the workforce with industry-based skills to drive the nation's economy. You can see that how this TVET Empowerment Committee emphasized on the TVET graduates. Ladies and gentlemen, some of you definitely should know what is called TVET, Technical and Vocational Education and Training. So this is a very long word. Now, even Dr. Masri also think that maybe we should change a better words for this. But anyway, like Singapore, they say future skills or skill workforce. So ladies and gentlemen, the JKB TVET technical report already submitted to the Cabinet Committee meeting on 23rd August. And we already proposed, as I mentioned just now, the 20 strategies, 15 recommendations, and 42 KPIs. Now, you see, nothing is free in this world. But anyway, I want to share with you that the YB minister appoint me, FMM, and the secretariat from private sector is pro bono. No money being received, 0 cents. Not only that, the cluster group chairman, Tan Sri Asman, also did not receive anything. Even he spent money to organize meeting at the hotel villa. This is how commitment the private sector is. Now, ladies and gentlemen, strong industry collaboration is crucial in driving what we call demand-driven. It's not supply push. So it means that the TVET is a demand-driven type of the skills development. Now, we would like to change train and praise to praise and train. So praise and train, a lot of industry asks, do you give me money or not? Ask government. Do you give me allowance or not if I take the students? But the question is, can the industries change the mindset? That is, you take the students, you train them, they become your future productive workforce. Then it is plus point to the industry. So we need to change a bit. So ladies and gentlemen, there are 7 important action plans that we need to do at the industries. Subsequently, our YB Dr. Masri will elaborate on this. Number 1, as I mentioned, is shift the train and praise to praise and trade and co-ownership model on equipment. There are a lot of latest technologies praised at the industry. Example of the rubber glove industry, like Hatta Lega, there are a lot of latest technology in the factories. So possible that they are able to collaborate with the governments to praise a student there and learn more. That is example, one example. There are many of the industries and latest technology, especially electrical industries. And also the industry-based center of excellence. Now, example, assume that let's say Tanjung Malim is the automotive hub. So all the TVET institutions should train all the courses around the automotive. Rather than that, the automotive being trained at police. So we need to have what we call centralize the center of excellence. And we also need to work on flight mobility or expertise. So it means that the private sector's expertise can come to the TVET and some lectures and guide the lecturers. Likewise, the TVET institution lecturers can go to private sectors for a few months of the field training. Then another one is a TVET value industry partner. That's why today our industry dialogue is to create the awareness and willingness of the industry to be the value industry partner. Well, you are the one who create the future talents, and you are the one who create the wealth, and you are the one who create the jobs for the people, and you are the one who make the country prosperous. So number 6 is employment opportunities and wage levels. Ladies and gentlemen, during town hall meetings, the top feedback is a low salary. So we hope that with the industry involvement aggressively and proactive by the industries, the talents is that what you want. So the industries will pay handsomely to the TVET graduates by then. So, and another one is important is industry-led competency certification bodies. It means that the private sectors, the industry association, you are the one who work closely with the MQA and JPK on the curriculum. You are the one who design what is the best for the TVET graduates to be trained, to be groomed, to learn. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm very happy to know that there are already several existing industry-led TVET. For example, just like I mentioned, FMM MIDA MOE Apprenticeship Program, PSDC, Penang Free Trade Zone Industry-led Collaboration, just how Dr. Ghazali mentioned, Langkawi Tourism Academy, and also Malaysian-German Chamber of Commerce, the German Dual Vocational Training. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to end my speech here, and once again, my appreciation to YB Dr. Masri, the TVET Empowerment Cabinet Committee Chairman. He is the one that 2018, before the Cabinet formed the Cabinet Committee, already formed this TVET Empowerment Committee. At that time, it was YB Nurul. And I also appreciate that the YB Kula Minister of HR, who shown so keen interest for the TVETs. And MOHR and the MOE and all the ministries, 7 or 8 ministries, will work together under the leadership of YB Dr. Masri under this empowerment, TVET Empowerment Cabinet Committee. And we hope with this, we are able to transform and change the future skill workforce. And I also would like to say thank you to the Urus Setia, headed by Dr. Ghazali, and on the Cabinet Committee level, and technical committee level by Dr. Naim. And all the Urus Setia, thank you very much. Some of them work throughout the night for today's dialogue. And ladies and gentlemen, I also would like to say thank you to all the participants, whether government officer, private TVET institution, or public TVET institution, and the industry sectors. Industry sectors, we are here to work together to change our future purpose. Ladies and gentlemen, this I want to share with you. Ribuan terima kasih. Thank you.
Terima kasih diucapkan yang berbahagia Tan Sri Datuk Seri Tian Lai. Seterusnya bagi menyampaikan ucap tama sempena pelancaran kempen promosi TVET kebangsaan dengan segala hormatnya majlis menjemput Yang Berhormat Dr. Mazli bin Malik, Menteri Pendidikan Malaysia merangkap pengerusi jawatankuasa Kabinet Pemeriksaan TVET untuk menyampaikan ucap tama. Dipersilakan.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh dan salam sejahtera. Yang berhormat Tuan M. Kulasegaran, anak lelaki Murugesan, Menteri Sumber Manusia dan sahabat saya. Yang bahagia Tan Sri Datuk Seri Tian Lai, Pengerusi Jawatankuasa Kabinet Pemeriksaan TVET Technical, semua pegawai kanan kementerian, semua wakil industri, Tan Sri Azman pun ada kat sini, media, dan juga ikon inklusif college community kita, Razaribah Razi, Naib Chancellor yang hadir, saya nampak ada Naib Chancellor Unimap dan beberapa Naib Chancellor yang lain, seluruh warga pendidikan dan latihan teknikal dan vocational, serta semua tetamu yang dihormati sekalian. Sastrawan negara Chris Mas di dalam karya besarnya Rimba Harapan pernah berpesan, apa yang menjadikan manusia ini maju ialah pemahamannya terhadap keadaan yang sentiasa berubah di sekelilingnya. One of our literature laureate, Chris Mas, once mentioned in his magnum opus, Rimba Harapan, seluruh warga pendidikan dan latihan teknikal dan vocational, serta semua tetamu yang dihormati sekalian. Sastrawan negara Chris Mas di dalam karya besarnya Rimba Harapan pernah berpesan, apa yang menjadikan manusia ini maju. Tahniah dan terima kasih kepada Sekretariat Jawatankuasa Kabinet Pemeriksaan TVET Technical di atas pengajaran majlis TVET Empowerment Industry Dialogue ini, terutamanya kepada Tan Sri So. Satu tepukan kepada beliau dan juga jawatankuasanya. Sama ada yang di depan tabir ataupun di belakang tabir ini. Hadirin yang saya muliakan, apa yang kita hadapi pada hari ini berbeza dengan apa yang anak-anak kita akan hadapi pada hari esok. What we're facing, what we're experiencing now is totally different from what will be experienced by our children in next 20, 30 to 50 years ahead. Masa depan anak misalnya menjadi satu relung yang sangat sukar diduga. What will happen then in this coming futures is very unexpected. Revolusi digital, gelombang artificial intelligence, dominasi automasi dan teknologi-teknologi lain yang pesat berkembang telah memaksa kita untuk tidak berdiam diri. Dan kita tidak boleh berdiam diri. Kerana masa depan anak-anak kita tidak boleh diperjudikan. Justru itu, hari ini kita anjurkan satu pertemuan bersejarah dalam sejarah Malaysia. Buat pertama kali setelah merdeka. Untuk industri dan juga pihak kementerian sama-sama duduk, berbincang dan seterusnya bersama-sama sebagai satu pasukan, sebagai satu keluarga, membentangkan masa hadapan yang lebih terjamin buat anak-anak kita. So in facing the very unexpected future, the very challenging future ahead, we must work together as one team. For the very first time in Malaysian history, industry and government and Ministry of Education coming together as one team, as one family to prepare a better future for our children. Kita akui, untuk melonjakkan TVET negara, kita tidak boleh bergerak secara silo. TVET harus relevant, future driven, harus padan dengan kehendak industri. Sebab itulah hari ini kita adakan sesi dialog sebagai wahana bertukar pandangan dan mencari jalan kerjasama untuk terus bergerak ke hadapan. And to face or to create a new history for our children in these coming days, we cannot work in silo anymore. Not the industries, not the ministries. We should work together, and TVET must be future driven, must be forever relevant, and it must be industry demand, and also must be led by the industry. Hadirin yang saya hormati sekalian, kita semua sedia maklum, industri pembuatan dan perkhidmatan global kini telah memasuki era revolusi industri keempat. Revolusi ini akan menghubungkan dunia sebenar dan maya yang kemudiannya dikenali sebagai sistem fizikal cyber. Teknologi seperti artificial intelligence ataupun AI, big data, cloud computing dan high speed internet telah merombak lanskap kehidupan manusia. Tidak lupa juga perubahan geopolitik dunia yang juga memberi kesan kepada kehidupan kita sama ada secara langsung ataupun tidak langsung. Idea dan inovasi yang dipacu oleh algoritma dan sistem pintar buatan akan menjadi asas kepada gelombang baru pertumbuhan ekonomi. World Economic Forum telah menggariskan beberapa cabaran besar dunia. Di antaranya ialah keselamatan makanan, food security, pertumbuhan yang inklusif, inclusive development, pengangguran, perubahan cuaca, climate change, dan juga krisis kewangan dunia, and global financial crisis. Cabaran dan perubahan-perubahan ini memberi implikasi yang besar kepada dunia pekerjaan. Di sana tentunya wujud kemahiran yang baru yang diperlukan oleh pekerja pada masa akan datang. Pada saya, pelajar-pelajar ini, waktu sekarang perlu dipersiapkan dengan sikap yang betul dalam menghadapi perubahan ini. Kadang-kala kita melihat persiapan haruslah kepada skill semata-mata, tetapi lebih daripada itu ialah mentality dan juga sikap yang perlu dibentuk agar pelajar yang kita hasilkan ini bersikap future proof dan juga mampu untuk mengadaptasi segala perubahan yang berlaku. Skill menyelesaikan masalah, skill untuk bekerja dalam satu pasukan, skill untuk melihat sesuatu di luar kotak, skill untuk bersikap inovasi, skill untuk memahami setiap masalah dan juga perubahannya perlu dibina di kalangan anak-anak kita demi menghadapi dunia yang semakin mencabar. Sikap daya ketakasan ataupun agility dalam menerima teknologi baru dan cepat belajar dalam persekitaran yang cepat berubah antara yang sangat diperlukan. Begitu juga tidak dinafikan continuous learning attitude ataupun sikap sentiasa ingin belajar, sentiasa perlu disuburkan di kalangan anak-anak kita, di kalangan rakyat Malaysia, di kalangan pekerja dan juga di kalangan anggota kerajaan dan juga industri. Hadirin sekalian, ingin saya ulang di sini, visi kita jelas, iaitu kita mahu menjadikan bidang TVET sebagai pilihan utama bukan lagi pilihan alternatif. Kita mahu TVET negara dilihat sebagai satu entiti tunggal yang besar dan seragam, tidak terpecah-pecah dan sekaligus berkongsi satu sistem yang kuat dan menyeluruh. Inilah masa depan negara. Atas dasar itulah kita merealisasikan visi besar kita ini. Kita telah menubuhkan jawatankuasa Kabinet Pemerkasaan TVET pada 14 Ogos 2019 yang lalu. Secara asasnya, jawatankuasa ini berperanan penting sebagai badan penasihat kepada kerajaan dalam hal-hal berkaitan pembangunan aliran TVET negara. Rakan-rakan industri yang saya hormati, sehingga kini kita telah menyeraikan masalah-masalah yang kita hadapi dalam TVET seperti mana telah dibentangkan oleh Tan Sri Soh sebentar tadi. Dari masalah itu pula, kita bergerak ke hadapan dengan merancang dan merencana strategi yang terbaik untuk menyelesaikannya, termasuk meletakkan sasaran yang besar yang ingin kita capai secara bersama. Masa sangat terhad untuk saya berkongsi semua tindakan yang telah dilaksanakan. Tetapi secara ringkasnya, reformasi TVET yang kita lakukan akan berpaksikan kepada 5 tonggak, iaitu kita sedang menubuhkan badan penyeras TVET negara yang sekaligus menyatukan TVET di bawah satu bumbung dan sistem tunggal yang berdaya saing. Keduanya, kita juga akan memberikan tumpuan kepada kecukupan model pembiayaan. Kita bangunkan model pemilikan bersama, kita perkasakan persijilan TVET industri dan kita juga bergerak dengan jenama TVET kebangsaan tunggal. 5 tonggak ini ialah jalan masa depan yang sekaligus menyelesaikan semua masalah berkaitan TVET seperti masalah akreditasi, kekurangan fasiliti, kelompongan sistem dan lain-lain lagi. Yang pasti, semua masalah ini sebahagian besarnya telah pun kita tangani. Justru apa yang kita perlukan sekarang ialah perubahan dari segi pemikiran dan persepsi cara bekerja. Kita perlu libatkan lebih banyak industri untuk memperkuatkan dual training program. Dan seterusnya bergerak dari industry participation kepada industry partnership dan seterusnya kepada industry leads. Hadirin yang saya muliakan, kita telah meletakkan 7 strategi yang akan kita gunakan untuk menjayakan sasaran kita untuk TVET negara. Pertama, kita akan mengubah konsep pendidikan tradisional dari train and place kepada place and train. Kedua, kita perkenalkan co-ownership model antara kerajaan dan industri untuk peralatan, teknologi, kepakaran dan juga inovasi. Ketiga, kita wujudkan Industry Based Center of Excellence, COE, agar berlakunya penyelarasan antara semua institusi TVET untuk mengoptimum sumber dan juga dana kerajaan. Keempat, kita perkenalkan TVET Valued Industry Partners, TVET VIP, untuk menggalakkan industri menerujui sistem TVET. Kelima, kita juga gerakkan Flat Mobility of Expertise, iaitu untuk memastikan wujudnya penyelarasan di antara industri dan juga pusat pendidikan TVET. Keenam, kita usahakan employment opportunities and wage level untuk memastikan graduan TVET kita mendapat gaji lumayan dan memperoleh career pathway yang jelas dan terjamin untuk mereka. Ketujuh, kita bergerak dengan industry-led competency certification bodies, model German dual vocational training. Pengiktirafan ini akan diterujui oleh industri dan bukan lagi oleh kementerian secara syok sendiri. Kita tidak mahu lagi menerima komplain daripada industri bahawa kita menghasilkan, mengusahakan sesuatu yang tidak diperlukan oleh industri. Ataupun kita menghasilkan dan kita menyediakan kursus-kursus yang tidak diperlukan dan tidak dinilai oleh industri. Kita membawa industri sendiri untuk memberikan quality assurance ataupun untuk memberikan jaminan quality terhadap setiap program, setiap kursus yang kita utarakan. Ianya benar-benar menghayati konsep ataupun roh industry-led TVET. Pengiktirafan ini sekaligus akan mengelakkan pertindihan ataupun mismatch. Rakan-rakan industri yang saya kagumi sekalian, saya amat sarankan setiap industri pendidikan dan latihan TVET untuk sentiasa bekerjasama dengan universiti-universiti dan agensi inovasi untuk memperkenalkan teknologi baharu yang boleh memanfaatkan industri. Di sinilah kita akan meningkatkan permintaan industri untuk graduan TVET. Di sinilah juga kita boleh remap our institution according to industry demand dan bukan sebaliknya. Kita mesti sejajarkan hala 7 institusi TVET dengan keperluan dan hala 7 industri terutamanya dalam menuju revolusi industri 4.0. Kerjasama strategik dengan rakan-rakan industri dilihat sebagai penyumbang penting kepada keberkesanan serta kemajuan institusi TVET. Industri merupakan enjin penggerak utama kepada pembangunan ekonomi negara. Jalinan kerjasama yang lebih berstruktur akan terus kita perkukuhkan. Kita akan bergerak sebagai satu pasukan, kita akan bergerak sebagai satu keluarga. Sekali lagi saya ingin berterima kasih kepada pemain industri yang hadir pada hari ini. Anda semua sedang mencipta sejarah dan kita bersama-sama mencipta sejarah negara. Kita sangat memerlukan kolaborasi yang sebegini agar kita boleh bersama-sama memperkasa TVET sekaligus membangunkan negara. Kita saling memerlukan antara satu sama lain. Negara juga memerlukan kita dan kita juga memerlukan di antara satu sama lain. Dengan lafaz Bismillahirrahmanirrahim, saya melancarkan kempen promosi TVET kebangsaan. Sekian. Wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Terima kasih Yang Berhormat Dr. Mazdimi Malik. Dipersilakan Yang Berhormat untuk kembali ke tempat duduk dan kita sama-sama bakal saksikan video pelancaran kempen promosi TVET kebangsaan. Hadirin yang dimuliakan, kita mohon kerjasama supaya sama-sama kita saksikan skrin untuk tayangan video ini. Sebagai membawa anjakan paradigma kepada dunia TVET, kempen promosi TVET kebangsaan bakal diseragamkan ke seluruh negara melalui pertandingan mencipta logo dan slogan TVET kebangsaan. Tema rekaan logo adalah revolusi dan teknologi, dan reka cipta hendaklah mempunyai sekurang-kurangnya 2 warna dan tidak melebihi 5 warna. Hadiah wang tunai dan sijil pengiktirafan bakal disediakan. TVET influencer pula. Kriteria TVET influencer adalah seseorang individu yang mempunyai pengalaman dalam bidang berkaitan TVET tanpa mengira latar belakang pendidikan. 2 kategori, iaitu kategori selebriti dan adiwira TVET. Dan untuk setiap influencer dan adiwira juga akan disediakan sijil pengikhtirafannya. Kepada anugerah TVET VIP ataupun TVET Valued Industry Partners, kategori-kategori industri seperti GLC, MNC, SME dan juga LLC, Listed Local Company serta Trade Association bakal dipertandingkan. Jadi tuan-tuan dan puan-puan, kita sama-sama bakal melihat satu perbezaan besar dan ketara yang akan dibawa kepada semua penggiat TVET. Dengan itu, majlis dengan segala hormatnya mempersilakan ke pentas yang berbahagia Teknologis Dr. Muhammad Naim bin Yaakob, Ketua Pengarah Jabatan Pendidikan Politeknik College Community, untuk menjemput dan mengiringi Yang Berhormat Dr. Mazli bin Malik, Menteri Pendidikan Malaysia, Yang Berhormat Tuan M. Kulasegaran, Menteri Sumber Manusia, dan juga yang berbahagia Datuk Dr. Muhammad Ghazali bin Abbas, Ketua Setiausaha Kementerian Pendidikan dan juga Ketua Sekretariat TVET Empowerment Cabinet Committee ke pentas. Seterusnya tuan-tuan dan puan-puan, kita akan ke sesi penyerahan mandat kepada pengerusi dan juga ketua-ketua kluster jawatan kuasa teknikal. Dengan segala hormatnya dijemput ke pentas yang berbahagia Tan Sri Datuk Sotian Lai, Presiden Federation of Malaysian Manufacturers, merangkap pengerusi jawatan kuasa Kabinet Pemerkasaan TVET Technical. Dipohon yang berbahagia Tan Sri supaya kekal berada di atas pentas. Seterusnya dijemput yang berusaha Dr. Syamsuri bin Abdullah, Pengarah Bahagian Koordinasi TVET, Jabatan Pendidikan Politeknik dan College Community, merangkap pengerusi kluster Governance JK Technical. Dipersilakan yang berusaha Dr. Muhammad Rashid bin Buyong Hamzah, Timbalan Ketua Pengarah Jabatan Pembangunan Kemahiran, merangkap pengerusi kluster Quality Jawatan Kuasa Teknikal. Dan seterusnya dijemput yang berbahagia Tan Sri Datuk Azman Shah Harun, Presiden Persekutuan Majikan-Majikan Malaysia MEF, merangkap pengerusi kluster pembiayaan JK Technical. Dipersilakan. Dipersilakan pula yang berbahagia Datuk Palaniapan Joseph, Pengarah Urusan Setakhir Teknologi Sendirian Berhad, merangkap pengerusi kluster industri ke pentas. Dan akhir sekali dipersilakan yang berusaha Dr. Zainal Azhar bin Zainal Abidin, Timbalan Pengarah Bahagian Instructional dan Pembelajaran Digital, Jabatan Pendidikan Politeknik dan College Community, merangkap pengerusi bersama kluster penjenamaan untuk ke pentas. Dipersilakan semua ketua-ketua kluster jawatan kuasa teknikal untuk bergambar bersama-sama dengan dev-dev kehormat di atas pentas. Dipersilakan. Majlis mengucapkan ribuan terima kasih kepada Yang Berhormat Dr. Mazli bin Malik kerana sudi menyampaikan mandat kepada ketua-ketua kluster dan seterusnya dipersilakan Yang Berhormat untuk diiringi ke sesi sidang media bersama dengan rakan-rakan media yang hadir. Kepada wakil-wakil media, sesi sidang media akan turut dihadiri Yang Berhormat Tuan M. Kulasegaran, Yang Berbahagia Datuk Muhammad Ghazali dan juga Yang Berbahagia Tan Sri untuk bersama-sama menyelami dengan lebih lanjut berkaitan dengan TVET Empowerment yang akan diperkasakan melalui jawatan kuasa ini. Majlis sekali lagi mengucapkan ribuan terima kasih kepada Yang Berhormat Dr. Mazli bin Malik, Menteri Pendidikan kerana sudi bersama-sama dalam menjayakan majlis.